Hello everyone, today I am recording a video to help you understand the brain dump for PMP examination. We will discuss the what, why and how of the brain dump. Let me ask you a question first. Do you remember what did you have for your breakfast today or in the dinner if it is night over there? Yes, you should be able to recollect and tell what did you have. Now if I change the question, what did you have for your dinner or your breakfast some say 13 days ago? Can you instantly tell the answer? No. Given some time, you might say it accurately. Now let's understand the behavior of a brain. A brain can give those answers that are readily available. What you had in your brain today is there on the top of the stack in your visual cortex. What you had 13 days ago, it's somewhere down. You need time to drill that information out. Similarly, all your PMP exam formulae, values, if you can write it down on a piece of paper once the examination starts, you can kind of refer them very easily. Please note, in the brain dump, you have to make a brain dump only once the PMP examination starts. Devote some 8 to 10 minutes to make the brain dump. This will help you answer close to 12 to 15 questions easily and get them right on the PMP examination. Let's get started. The first thing I want to understand over here is what is earned value. Earned value, the value earned for the work you have done is nothing but it is the product of the work completion, percentage of the work completed into budget at completion. How much you had dedicated for that work to be done, how much budget you had allocated for that project to be completed. That's your earned value. Let's understand some variances over here. Cost variance. Variance is a difference of two things. So there you will have a minus sign. What is the minus sign? You've got the earned value minus the actual cost. How much money you have spent and have you earned the value equivalent to the money spent? Then your variance is going to be zero. I'll show you three cases. If cost variance is zero, you are on track. Nothing to worry as a PM. If cost variance is positive, you can be happy. It's good to be positive. So it's like you're under budget, you can still use the money. And if cost variance is negative, you are over budget. It's dangerous. Over budget. So your sponsor might ask you what happened, why are we losing money over here? Similarly, the cost variance got like cost performance index, CPI is equal to same term earned value divided by actual cost. Again, you've got three scenarios. If CPI is equal to 1, you're on track. If CPI is greater than 1, you are good, you're under budget. And if CPI is less than 1, you are over budget, it's not good. These are three scenarios for cost variance, cost performance index. You can get some problems in the examination. Let's go to the schedule variance. Schedule variance is again earned value. Earned value always comes first minus the planned value. Okay, so if your schedule variance has got again three scenarios, if it is 0, you're on track. So planned value is the amount of work you complete in a given time, and if it is positive, you are ahead of schedule. And if your schedule variance is negative, you are behind. You might need to take some corrective actions. You might need to answer people. Similarly, for your schedule variance, schedule performance index, SPI is equal to earned value divided by planned value. Again, you have got three scenarios over here. If your SPI is equal to 1, you're on track. If your SPI is greater than 1, you're ahead of schedule. If your SPI ratio is less than 1, you are like behind your schedule and you need to be worried. What will you do to come on the schedule? So those were the variance formulas. Some hints over here for you all. So earned value always comes first. EV is first. And it's on the numerator. Okay, so earned value is on the numerator and it's the first term. And in variance, you have got always a minus sign, and an index you always have a division sign. Remember these terms. And for schedule variance, it's always followed by earned value is minus the planned value. In cost variance, is earned value minus the actual cost. So that's easy to remember. Let's go ahead and see some more formulae. I'm going a little slow so that you understand few concepts, and then I'll tell you how we can make the sheet in 5 to 6 minutes. So work remaining is determined by budget at completion minus the earned value of the work. So in terms of money, if something is budget unearned budget, that is also equal to budget at completion minus earned value. So work remaining is nothing but your unearned budget also. Fund remaining, how much money is remaining, let's say in the middle of the project. Fund remaining is equal to budget at completion minus the actual cost. Okay, let's see few more formulae on estimate at completion. Estimates are usually done to forecast in the middle of the project or in the early of the part of the project. So estimate at completion is nothing but budget at completion by cost performance index. So there is a situation over here. So units where CPI doesn't change, it is constant. Let's say you're doing a project CPI of say 0.9%, estimated completion will be okay 0.9 with this particular project. So when CPI doesn't change, you use this formula. Next one is your earned estimate at completion is equal to actual cost plus bottom up estimate. This is like your estimating the entire project. So there's a problem with the initial estimates. Initial estimate had problem. Okay, when the questions say the initial estimates had problem, use this formula. Next one is your earned estimate at completion is equal to actual cost plus budget at completion minus earned value. That is nothing but your work remaining. Yes, budget at completion minus earned value is the work remaining, and this is in a situation wherein the cost variance will not occur again. Okay, so assuming that there are no more issues, you have taken the situation in your control, you will go and do this. Another formula is estimate at completion in terms of CPI and SPI. If you have that given the questions, actual cost plus work remaining, that's budget at completion minus earned value, the whole divided by product of CPI into SPI, given that the cost variance will not occur again. Okay, so it's the same thing for both the formulae. Next one you have is your estimate at completion is equal to, let's see how is the estimate completion built up. It is nothing but estimate to complete plus actual cost. So this gives you a new formula. Estimate to complete is equal to estimate at completion minus actual cost. Just rearranging the formula. So estimate to complete can also be determined as estimate to complete on the unknown budget, which is nothing but budget at completion minus earned value. That's the next one. Another thing, when you have got estimate to complete and budget to completion, there's a new variance that comes up. It's called as variance at completion, which is nothing but budget at completion minus estimate at completion. So that's about the variance at completion. Last two formulae is the to complete performance index, TCPI. In terms of budget at completion, it would be the work remaining, budget at completion minus actual cost, that's a work remaining, divided by the fund remaining. In terms of the actual budget, you have BAC minus, I'm extremely sorry, the work remaining is BAC minus EV, which you have been calling out, and the fund remaining is BAC minus AC. In terms of estimate to complete, TCPI will be equal to budget at completion minus earned value divided by estimate at completion minus earned value. Now again you have three scenarios over here. If TCPI is equal to 1, the ratio is 1, you are good. And if TCPI is greater than 1, you are bad, means you are going to spend more money to complete the performance project. And TCPI is less than 1, you are still good. So the first one, you're good and on track. Okay, so these are the formulae on CV and everything. Let me help you understand few formulas on the estimating and the scheduling. Okay, 3 point formula. The 3 point formula, 3 point formula is nothing but optimistic plus most likely plus pessimistic. So the 3 points are taken divided by 3. Now if you have to take the beta or the weighted average, weighted 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 average, so we're giving more weightage to the most likely. So optimistic plus 4 times most likely, we are giving the more weightage, plus pessimistic divided by 6. Standard deviation gives you a range, that is pessimistic minus optimistic divided by 6. Standard deviation square, variance is equal to standard deviation square. Okay, coming up followed with the formula for number of communication channels. Number of communication channels is equal to n into n minus 1 the whole divided by 2. As a PM, the lesser the number, is easier for you to manage the project. Okay, I want to give you the sigma values. Remember this for PM examination. Try to make it on a dump sheet. 1 sigma is equal to 68.27%. 2 sigma is equal to 95.45. Please remember these values. If you just write on the sheet 2 or 3 times, you will understand and remember these things. 3 sigma is 99.73 percentage, and 6 sigma is 99.99. It goes on, we can solve it at 99.99 percentage.